So NIRC is now taking an initiative to enable startup program in which we have a small vision about just enabling the function of startups. So we have just make it a name that startup entrepreneurship enabler program. So you are the very first to witness the one of the initiative of NIRC to address about startups and how can we pitch together about our startups, our CA and CA student startups. So I must congratulate first of all of you.
At the outset, let me congratulate NIRC under the chairmanship of Shashant Agarwalji for this wonderful idea of initiating a campaign to promote startup within the CA fraternity. I think probably this is the first such initiative in the country, and I'm sure that this will go a long way.
Amitji does not need any introduction. He is active in the institute level, and we all have seen on CA day, CA program when it is happening in Vigyan Bhavan, it is he who is moderate every time. So that's why we thought we can't find a person better than him. So that's why Amitji, you are our first choice.
We see him more on Doordarshan.
Yeah, Doordarshan, yes, Doordarshan and other, and he likes anchoring very much. So Amitji, please.
Thank you very much. Namaskaram. Welcome everyone to this live initiative called C, Startup Entrepreneurship Enabler, an initiative by the NIRC of ICAI. And thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to moderate. Yes, on Doordarshan these days, all the programming that we're doing is about awareness on COVID-19. These are very challenging times, not only for India, but for the entire world. So let me at the outset pray for everyone's health and well-being. And by staying at home, by going digital, we are contributing to the larger cause of our health. But when it comes to wealth, it is very essential that during this lockdown, which today the Prime Minister has extended till 3rd of May, we utilize our time well. History shows us that there have been ample instances where some of the best innovations have come when the young minds or the scientists were in some sort of lockdown. So who knows, today's first step by NIRC ICAI could well augur very nicely for young minds. And it was very heartening to hear CA Babu Abraham say that this year their committee for members in entrepreneurship and public services plans conclave for entrepreneurs and workshops for innovative ideas. So let's begin because we like to respect time. We have 2 hours up our sleeves, 10 participants. Let me now flash the rules for each of the participants. So as you can now see in the slide, which will be flashed, the rules of the game are very simple. We have 10 participants. Every participant will get 7 minutes to present. Now remember, that's the maximum of 7 minutes. When you will end 6 minutes, you will hear me buzzing you, please conclude. I humbly request every participant, please conclude their presentation between 6 to 7 minutes and express their idea. Post their presentation of 7 minutes, the enablers will give them feedback. These are the enablers who are right now joining us live. They'll be all ears to your presentation. They have years of wisdom up their sleeves, and therefore their feedback will be very valuable. Let me at this stage go across to CA Neetu Mohanka so that she can introduce herself and also tell us what is the role of enablers in this CA initiative over the course of next 2 hours. CA Neetu, please.
Yeah, thank you for that, Neetu this side. The role of an enabler here, as the name suggests, that we are here to enable the startup ecosystem for the fellow chartered accountants. We are very eager to hear from you what you have to present as your startup idea or your business, whatever you are running right now. We are not here to judge you honestly, but here to give you a feedback on exactly how your business looks like, whether it is an investable business or not, whether it is a scalable business or not. So purely from the feedback point of view, because we come from the startup ecosystem, we have worked extensively with startups and we have that kind of expertise. I am holding more than 13 years of experience. I work as a pitch specialist, valuer, investment advisor, and virtual CFO to startups. So I'll hand it over to Karan from here now. He will also introduce himself and rest of the team one by one, and then we can start with the pitches.
Yeah, thanks, Neetu. Hi, everyone. I started I have done my CA in 2011 and doing practice since then. So I started since then I am into the complete startup ecosystem. I started my startup journey from Snapdeal founders. I work directly with Kunal and Rohit. So currently I'm advising to the startups, many startups and many founders. So I just want to share one thing that I myself have witnessed at least 5 startups, which was actually formed by me a couple of years ago. And they are now have raised a many million dollars and sort of have employing more than 5,000 people. So yes, there is this ecosystem and you all can grow and scale well and raise many money. And that's a bit about me. Thank you.
CA Devam Sharma, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devam Sharma. I am a chartered accountant and an MBA from ISB Hyderabad. I run a SEBI-registered investment house with the name of Green Portfolio. I want to compliment NIRC for starting this initiative. Thanks.
CA Jitu Meirathi, please.
Hi, hi all of you. First of all, I'll thank Sanshank for bringing this initiative to CA students. I am Jitu Meirathi and I lead the deal advisory practice for BDO India for the entire northern region. And I, during my stint of around 17 years of professional experience, has brought in, evaluated more than 315 companies and significantly working on the startup ecosystem where I've been helping Government of India on Startup India Initiative and Invest India Initiative, and have worked for almost majority of the VC funds. And I think this is very critical point, which Mr. Abraham also mentioned, and Mr. Singhal also mentioned, that startup by chartered accountants is very critical in our nation building imperative, because that will give us the complete job creation perspective, because India as a country need more entrepreneurs to create the jobs which are required for the nation. So I think we as a CA fraternity need to contribute to the ecosystem, which is primarily being covered by IIT and IIMs primarily. So very good initiative and look forward to listen the ideas of the young chartered accountants here.
Thank you. CA Sambhav Mehrotra, please.
Thank you, Amit ji, and thanks to NIRC and Shashank for getting this dream come true, where we are seeing startup ecosystem getting groomed inside or in the parameter of the ICAI boundaries. So when we look at, so I am a chartered accountant and practicing for last 10 years, and I've built my specialization across startups, especially early stage startups who've gone on to raise multiple rounds of funding, and some of them have got exits. But primarily, I think as a seeker and a giver back, there are a lot of failures also that we have seen. So our mission is to make India as the most successful startup ecosystem. And I think this platform will give us that opportunity to bring all that failure and learnings and bring that learnings from those failures to this ecosystem and ensure that we build on that successful startup ecosystem. Because as Sir rightly mentioned, we are targeting a $5 trillion economy, and startups are going to be the main job creators there. So we need to, as ICAI, as members of Institute, we have a responsibility, I would say, to cater to this ecosystem as well. Thank you.
Thank you. CA Tushar Arya, please.
Hi, I'm Tushar Arya. I'm a CA and I've done my MBA from Manchester Business School, England. I've been a management consultant in some of the top-notch fintech and pharmaceutical companies. I've worked with several startups across US, UK, and India. I've been ranked in the top 3 in European business competitions along with Oxford Business School and Harvard, London. And now from the past 10 years, I've been running a group of colleges. So that's about me. And I really appreciate this initiative by NIRC for giving a platform to the startups, especially by CA students and chartered accountants. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you to all the enablers. So participants, we are going to come to you now. 7 minutes of presentation followed by 3 minutes of feedback by the enablers. You've got ICI Central Council representative listening to you. You've got NIRC Chairman, CA Shashank, and you've got his entire team, CA Pankaj Gupta, Treasurer. We heard Ajay ji, and therefore all ears. Plus, we're also very appreciative of all the listeners who are joining us through various platforms of social media. I'm being told we are live on YouTube right now, where hundreds and thousands of people are joining across the globe, wherever you are. Namaskaram once again. And it's time to straight away go to the first participant, Amanjot Singh. We can see him right there. I request the participant to share their presentation. I request all others to please mute so that only the speaker speaks and we can hear clearly. To tell you a bit about Amanjot, 25 years of age, and he's a CA student from Ludhiana, Punjab, all smiles. And he's going to talk about farming, but without the use of soil. This is called hydroponic. If you would have seen the science fiction film Martian, they talked about hydroponics, aquaponics. Could this turn into a business model? Over to you, Amanjot Singh.
Good evening, sir. This is Amanjot Singh. As I cleared my chartered accountancy course in recently, but I don't have any membership number. That's why I am not using this prefix right now. So my startup idea, just a minute, sir. I want to share my screen. So do you see my screen right now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this is my name is Amanjot Singh, qualified as chartered accountant, and my idea is farming without soil, which is hydroponic and aquaponic system. So our audience is investors, potential customers, and interested candidates who can work with us to grow our business in the future. So what is the problem in our existing system? Existing system means where we are using soil to produce plants, trees, and all that stuff like gardening, where we get fruits and vegetables. The first thing which we faced is fruits and vegetables loaded with pesticides, which is we know that more harmful for our health. And nowadays immunity is an issue, and if we want to immune our system strongly, then without pesticides, fruits and vegetables are required. Women doesn't use their free time efficiently. Even men don't. I am free right now, so I don't know what to do in this free time. We have to utilize this time, unproductive time. In this unproductive time, we can't uh, earn anything out of this time. And traditional methods are so expensive. Like in soil, we use consume so much of water, so much of uh, technologies is required. Like tractors are used in the villages by the farmers. So many problems are there with the existing system. First of all, I want to say that this is not I learned in the CA course. This is totally different idea. So I hope you will get that point. Now, solution to the problems. First one solution is hydroponic. This is a solution where there is no use of soil. We use just water and put nutrients in it. We circulate that water in one of the system which we will make, and due to which our plants will grow. And the main thing in this type of system is that this consumes only 20 to 30% of water as compared to soil system, because water is circulated again and again. We are using that water again and again. And even plant grows like 30 to 40% faster as compared to other system. And second system is aquaponic. Aquaponic system is where we use fishes instead of nutrients in the water, and we circulate that water. Their waste used as the fertilizer for the plants, and plants waste is used as a food for the fishes. And now market. So many countries are doing this right now, like America, Germany, Israel, Japan, and many more countries. So many countries are currently doing this business model, and they are getting huge productivity. They are exporting so much of food, vegetables out of their country. So, but why not in India? What is the reason? The main reason, that lack of awareness. People are not aware about this concept in India. They want to do the things which they are already doing from so many years, and resistance to new ways, because here people don't want to change themselves. They want to be in their comfort zone. So this is the reason why this is not popular in India. Even it is in initial stage, so many people are doing this business, and they are like making huge profits out of it. Now, our target customer is, first of all, general public and restaurants, hotels, farmers, and housewives, and even men who are at home. They are doing nothing, and they can do farming in their home, indoor farming. Now, how we are going to uh, as I said, general public is our target. So there is the system you can see on the screen on the right side. There is a system where we can do indoor farming, and this is the system where water is there in last. There is a tub, and there are lights in the indoor area where, and the water is circulated in the all this system in such a way that the nutrients we added in the water, they will circulate in such a way that grows the plant. And we can grow so many things in this system, like we can grow cabbage, any कोई भी वेल जो होती है जिस पे वेल, जैसे टमाटर हो सकते हैं, खीरा, घिया, tulsi, herbs, even herbs we can, which can used as a, which strong our immune system. And second system, for big farmers, you are seeing that left on the image, there is the farm where we can use, if you want, if we want to sell the produce out of this to outer market. So this is the system. And second one is uh, for restaurant, hotels, and this is aquaponic. This is a very good model, looking very fabulous. And how this is going, as this is a decorative item, it can be used in home, office. In if you are going to the restaurants, there are so many aquariums. If they convert that aquariums to this model, then they even get the fruits or veg or leaves they want to be in the dishes. So this is such a great thing. And for even I am the vegetarian one, but who love fish, and this is such a great thing that even they can harvest fishes, or they can sell fishes in large scale business. Even the more profits the people can earn. Now, what is
Please
my
conclude.
now opportunity? What is the opportunity? More chances of making profits in India, cost effective for farmers, quick production, training will be provided to all businessmen. Now, how can I get to profit out of it? First of all, I will make that system and sell this to the farmers, to the household, to the general public. Second, we will provide training for which we will charge the money, sell all that nutrients and all that product like fishes, even sell fishes and every accessory which is used. Now, if we are growing, if we are doing business on the large scale, then we can even export the produce which we are going to produce in this system in hydroponic and aquaponic. And the last thing, if we are exporting these measures, as this is of initial stage and India is not normally working toward it, if it will work toward it, then it is going to be a huge opportunity in the whole world for the India. We will bring foreign currency in India, which in fact make our economy great. This is all about my presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
And
very
if
much.
there is any question about this, you can ask.
Thank you, Amanjot, for respecting time. We've got about 3 minutes. Can I request the enablers to share their feedback, please?
First of all, I request Mr. Amanjotji, please show your contact details so that anybody wants to contact you, they can directly contact you on the numbers which you are shown on the screen, please. And meanwhile, I request panelists, please raise the questions. Thank you.
So, hi Amanju, thank you so much for sharing your idea. I just have a few things which I would like to understand. First of all, do you have any special expertise in this sort of a business, or do you think that this is a really good opportunity and this should be brought in India?
No, actually, sir, I am working toward it. From previous 2 years, there is some organization in Punjab, Chandigarh. Sorry. So I am in contact with them, and when I जब से मैंने ये स्टार्टअप के बारे में सुना है, तो 2-3 दिनों से मैं उनके साथ ही मतलब देख रहा हूँ कि कैसे मैं उनको ज्वाइन कर सकता हूँ और कैसे इस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर सकता हूँ. तो वो बहुत बढ़िया मतलब स्केल पे काम कर रहे हैं, बट नॉट एज विच इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो maybe after that I will do that thing as well.
Besides that, I think also something which you would need to focus upon is that if you are an equipment supplier, then how are you manufacturing it, or how are you procuring the equipment? And secondly, you were talking about your target market, wherein you mentioned that you're targeting restaurants, you are also targeting housewives. You also mentioned you're targeting hotels, big businesses, farmers. So I think that is a very, very wide market, and you would need to target a smaller audience to start with for the initial phase 1 of your business, so that you can probably tailor your product accordingly. You can make your marketing strategy accordingly, and that will give you an edge.
Yeah, sir. Actually, we have a family business of sanitary and bathroom fittings, and I have that system. Like, if we want to provide these equipments I can make that equipment, and all that stuff is in at my shop. So that's why I will start from the general public, so that I can make a small plant, and then first of all I test it in my own house for 3 to 4 to 5 months, and after that I will sell that product to the outer market or to the general public. I will start from the small segment. Sure.
Okay, so Amanjot, that is all the time we had for feedback. So once we have those 3 minutes of feedback, it is up to the participant whether they choose to respond or just note the feedback.
Okay.
Right? So thank you very much. This has been a brilliant beginning. Amanjot, all the best. Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
And may you soon prefix CA against your name by completing the formalities.
Okay,
right then.
Sir. Thank you.
Let's move to the second participant. Can I now invite Anushk Kapoor, please? Anushk is a chartered accountant, 27 years of age. Please share your presentation, Anushk. He's from Delhi. And as you can now see, Fit Dot. That's the name of his startup. Health is wealth. How will Fit Dot ensure our fitness? It's over to Anushk Kapoor.
Hello all. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
I also have my teammate Prerak with me. Prerak, am I audible?
Yes, Anush, you're audible.
Okay. So we began this idea in 2018. I cleared my CA in 2016 and I was working with a firm. We had a lot of travel audits, so I had to miss my fitness routine due to that. So I thought of an application if I could find one, so I could search fitness centers in and across India, wherever I'm traveling. But I could not actually find one. So this is where it started. Then we began to discuss about it and see what we can do in the fitness domain. So FitDot basically means, it's made of 2 words, fit and dot. Dot means to cherish something and FitDot means to cherish fitness. I guess if I talk about why fitness is important, most of you already know why fitness is important. So our focus is majorly on why people are not able to achieve the goals that they make and what are the things that keep them from doing that. when I talk about health, so there are like 5 different aspects of health, which are basically physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual. When we talk about FitDote, we talk about the basic 2 aspects, which is the physical aspect and the mental aspects. Let's talk about some common excuses that people make.
These excuses which are given by people to us. We had a feedback from them. They say, first thing, they have a hectic schedule. There is no place nearby to do these fitness routine activities. And they say the gyms and fitness centers which are nearby are not affordable by them. They say they have no partner to join them so that they have a regular routine. Some are like Anushk. They say they have a traveling job, so they can't do this thing. And some of them says that they are getting improper guidance. Their lack of knowledge is about what to do, how to achieve their goals. And some of like me with casual attitudes, like I'm fit, I don't need to do anything. What is the necessity of being fitness? So our target is fitness for all. As you all know, we are around 1.3 billion people in India, but only few millions of us are aware and are dedicated toward our fitness. They are following routines regularly and with the punctuality. So why not all 1.3 billion are doing this? What places we are lacking? Is going to fitness center is necessary. Means for remaining fit, you need to join some fitness center, or you can do some exercise or some routine on your own, or change in a diet plan of your own, so that you can achieve your fitness goals. How to get, our main motto is how to make people motivated about their health and fitness. So for this, we just give a thought what people are doing right now. So most of us are using some social media platforms. So we got a study and we come to know there are around 156 million people using Instagram. On Facebook, 303 million people. For WhatsApp, 400 million people are using it, and TikTok is used by 200 million people. These are some famous social media platforms. So when we did a little bit more study about these platforms, we come to know that an average Indian user is spending around 3.5 hours a day on these social media platforms. And with our study, we come to know that Indians have spent 5.5 billion hours on TikTok in 2019. And they are spending around 45 minutes every day on Instagram. So we just want to make a platform, create a platform where these people who are spending their time on these social media platforms and are lacking themselves to stay fit and do something for the fitness so that they can achieve their fitness goals.
Let's talk about the business model now. So we want to create a technology-based platform to make fitness activities more interesting. People often say that they get bored by going to a single fitness center or following a single fitness routine. So we provide flexible options with multiple vendors to work out. For example, you in a locality, you have a fitness, you have a gym, you have a CrossFit center, you have a yoga center, and you have a swimming center. But when you join them, you have to join them for a whole month or a whole week. What we provide is that you can combine different sessions and get a package from us to join all of them for a single month. Then we provide authentic information about fitness on our platform. We also provide diet routines and we give option for cheat diets. We want to make fitness approachable for each and everyone, whether a person has access to a fitness center or not, whether a person has proper knowledge about it as of now or not. We want to make them knowledgeable. We want to make them informed enough to make good decisions about how they can make themselves fitter. These are some growth milestones as of now. We have already tied up with 1100 fitness centers across Delhi NCR. Delhi NCR includes 5 cities. We have 50 plus certified trainers associated with us. We have collaborated with 4 brands as of now. The brands are Aloe Fruit. You must have heard about Aloe Fruit. Then there is Go Athlos. Go Athlos is an apparel brand. Then there is Yoga Bar. Yoga Bar is a brand that makes protein bars. By December 2020, we plan to collaborate with 10,000 fitness centers. And by December 21, 18,000 fitness centers across India. Number of cities, we are targeting 36 cities by December 2020. Certified trainers, we want 2,500 certified trainers by 2020 and 4,000 certified trainers on the platform by 2021. We wish to collaborate with more than 30 brands in the current year and multiply them in the future years.
Please conclude.
Yeah. So the basic revenue model goes with commission from the fitness center when we provide them the clients. Then there is a subscription model for trainers and subscription model for users. Then there are in-app purchases and advertisement income on the application and with brand collaborations and with newsletter advertisements. We have been circulating a newsletter for the past 3 months. This is a brief about the health and fitness industry as of now. So I can definitely share these slides with you, but the first line I would definitely like to say that preventive healthcare market in India is expected to be a 100 billion industry by 2022 with 18% CAGR. This is a brief about our team. I'm Anush Kapoor. I'm a chartered accountant. Then there is Anmol Bhatnagar. He has worked with 17 different startups as a creative director and a creative head. And now he is working with us on this concept. And there is Mr. Satendra Pal. He has been into IT for last 20 years. He brings us valuable IT support and guidance. Then there is Prerak Madan. He is professionally a marine engineer and he is working with us as a business development head, a collaborating fitness center and various brands. Then there is Shivam Rawat. He's a fitness coach and he manages all the support and training functions in our startup. When I talk about our strengths, we have a diverse team which brings in experience of all the fields and creative solutions. Talking about the opportunity, we have an informed customer base. People already know the importance of fitness. They know why they should stay fit. They just don't know how to do it and what to do. Our vision is in line with the government policies and the preventive health and fitness industry is growing.
Right.
This is the competitive scenario. There are a few companies who are working in the same domain. A brief about them is on the screen as of now. But what I really want to say is that these people are not our competitors. These are only the people who are working in the same industry. Our real competitors are those applications on which people are not doing something worthwhile. They're wasting their time.
Right.
So in the end, I would like to say, stay home, stay fit, stay safe.
Thank you very much, Anushk and Prerak. It's time for feedback from the enablers, please.
Hi, Anushk. This is Karan.
Yeah.
So Anushk, my question is like due to this COVID-19, you understand that अगले 1 साल तक like people will avoid like going into the public places. So this will impact your business a lot actually. So how you have planned yourself in terms of this COVID-19?
Okay. So the thing is that we are not limited to aggregation of fitness centers.
Sure.
When we have the training module on the platform, it is for all the people and it is for a multiple user base. So when I actually talk about that, I want to inform the people, I want to give them resources so that they can do something on their own. It means if you want to stay at home, if you don't have enough time, for example, you say, okay, I can only devote 20 minutes for fitness in a day. I can give you support I can give you workout plans for a 20-minute workout without any equipments, without any other support at your home.
But
So
that
one of
doesn't
these
like
functions,
bring. Yeah, sure.
yeah. So one of these functions is in-house, that we provide this on our own. We also provide a platform for other trainers on our application to do the same for their users. So it's not limited to fitness centers or an aggregation platform.
Got it. Got it.
Thank you, Anush and Prerak, for your presentation. It's interesting how you mentioned how people spend a lot of time on the various social websites such as Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And you also mentioned that Fitter and Fraternity and Healthify Me are not basically your competition because they are mere aggregators, and you are also a motivator trying to give people that motivation to go ahead and stay fit. However, I fail to understand that how will this motivation be working? Although your platform does give a lot of options for one single subscription, but probably something, if you could gamify their process, if you could gamify their experience, they would be more interested in staying hooked onto your channel and try to score more points or something, and regularly go to the exercising place.
So there is a concept called dot notes, which is inbuilt in the application. So there are certain activities that you need to complete to gain those dot notes, and those dot notes can be used to purchase various items and get discounts on the brands that we are collaborating with. So this becomes a gaining point for the users.
All right. And also, one more thing, you've showcased an exponential growth in the coming 1 year and 2 years. However, I would also be interested in understanding the path that you plan to follow to have that exponential growth.
Okay. So the thing is, okay, I'll come to the exponential growth part, the slide again. So we have around 1100 centers as of now. So it's not very difficult. We have already set up our teams in different areas. The process has been stalled for some time due to the COVID-19 scenario, but that is only limited to the fitness center part. Otherwise, we are already collaborating with a lot of trainers as of right now, and which is actually an online process. And we have a team which is doing that at the back end.
Okay, we'll have to stop there itself. Thank you very much, Anush Kapoor and your team, for that presentation. And thank you to the enablers for very valuable feedback. And like you can see, Anush Kapoor, name, email, mobile number. We request all the participants, as was mentioned by the respected NIRC Chairman, CA Shashank Agarwal. Your last slide should be that, so that wherever people are across the globe who find synergies with your business model, they can get in touch with you. Thank you very much.
I would also like to thank NIRC. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hope people cherish fitness. And yes, preventive healthcare is a huge market. Thank you. Our third participant is CA Jaya Sharma. I request Jaya to please share her content. She is a CA from New Delhi, and her startup is called Acesso. How will this financial technology startup enable users to have easy accessibility to loans? It's over to CA Jaya Sharma, please.
Hello, everyone. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say thank you to NIRC and our respected panelists to giving me an opportunity to present my idea. Myself, CA Jaya Sharma, and my startup name is Acesso. So as you can see that Acesso is a fintech startup that provides software as a solution in the home loan market. Acesso caters the home loan need for 3 categories of people as of now. These are the home loan buyer itself. Then we have the developers or the property builders. And the third one is the bank or the DSA. So what functionality which Acesso is performing? Basically, it is doing a very quick eligibility check of the home loan buyers which are coming to our portal. After that, it is also giving them a facility to customize their financial position through the machine learning. So we have inbuilt machine learning with our platform. Then it is also helping them, providing the assistance in the entire lending process. And last but not the least, it will act as a digital DSA for the banks. So these are the major areas where the Acesso is currently focusing on. We have a very simple objective that getting a loan should not be difficult for a person who is financially responsible. Now comes the problem statement, then why we enter into this market, why we are entering into this market. Like many of you have already experienced in your life that while applying for a home loan, especially, it's a very lengthy, very cumbersome process. The home loan buyers does not have any clarity. Well, they contact to the banks, the bank connect them to the sales executive. They don't know how long the process will like stretch, and like what are the various stages involved in that. Also, when what I studied from the market, there is no as such tool available which can assess based on the financial position, which means the income of the borrower and their current liability, that for how much amount they will be eligible for the loan. So no such platform is providing them the loan amount. So our platform is basically working on the same. If I talk about the developer side or the property builder side, they also wanted to know that the person to whom they are going to sell their property, whether that person is financially that like that strong person, or they can pay off their debts and everything. So this tool will also help the developers also to know the credit worthiness of their buyers. Now comes the opportunity. While understanding the problem, we come to know that in India itself, there is a mortgage penetration rate of 9% of the total GDP. With the increasing urbanization and there is an increasing trend among the youth people to buy the home, there is always a market for the home loan. So that's why we are focusing currently on the home loan market. We have an objective to go into other segment of loan as well, like the personal loan, business loan. But our current focus is right now in the home loan only. And not only the Indian market, we are also focusing on the NRIs who wish to invest back in the India. So we are focusing both on the Indian residents or any NRI. In NRI, especially the GCC residents like UAE and all. So we find out the opportunity there. Then I did a comparison about the home loan market today and a decade before. Like in today, there are more younger borrowers. The rate of interest is comparatively lower as compared to the past years. Then there is a high loan to value ratio. So even if you are buying a property with a loan, the value that property will give you is certainly high. And like with the acts like RERA and all, the market itself is quite organized. So that's why we find that this is a good market to pitch in. Now, our target market as of now is obviously India, because like we are very well versed about how the Indian market works. Then also we are focusing on the GCC and more precisely the UAE market, because we have a very good coverage there also, which I later on tell you how. Then comes to our customers. We are currently focusing on the 3 categories of customer, which I've already told you previously. These are the home loan buyer itself. These can be either the Indian residents applying for home loan in India, or can be an NRI who is applying for home loan in India. So for these people, we are doing their eligibility check. We are also making them understand the lending process. With the help of machine learning, we are giving them the simulation facility so that they can adjust their DBR and check that at how much DBR they will be able to get a certain amount of loan. Okay. Then comes to the developer part, the home developers. We will help them to certainly check the eligibility of their prospective home loan buyers. We also assist them with assist their buyers to get the home loan. And last, we can help them to connect with our expert teams. For the brokers of the financial institutions, which can be a bank or a DSA itself, we certainly help them to connect with them. Like we have to generate them the lead. They can, from our portal, they can get the lead. They can connect with the prospective buyers. The calculator is also open for them also, because every bank has a calculator, and their working is certainly based on the debt burden ratio itself. And the platform will provide a CRM tool for them. It's a lead management tool. So these are the benefits we are providing to our customers. Now, how this platform works? We basically work on P1O ratio principle, which means in 3 minutes, we capture the basic details of our customers. These basic details are the demographic details and the financial details. Financials means their income and their existing liabilities. In 1 minute, our system will evaluate like for how much amount of the loan they are eligible for, what are the various options available to them. They can also do some machine learning and artificial intelligence and come up with a solution, like these are the banks that provide the lowest rate, and also connect them with the best experts. So in 1 minute time itself, the system do all such calculation, and O represents zero human intervention. That means everything is machine driven. There is no such thing that the customer, but it's just the information that the customer first time entered, and after that there is no human intervention. It's a very unique thing which we have added in our platform, which is the simulation part. That means, let's suppose I give you an example. I want to apply for a 10 lakh loan, but my DBR says that I'm not eligible for this much amount. So I can make some adjustment. Like if I remove my credit card liability or personal loan liability, I can check whether by making some adjustment, am I then able to get certain amount of loan? So this functionality is also there. Then comes to the competition part. As such, we don't have any competition because there are other startups like Wishfin, Credit Monthly, and Paisa Bazaar who are also providing the calculator sort of thing. But what they are not doing, they are just on the basis of their information to like what they check their CIBIL score and then it is complete from their part. But we not only helping them to check their CIBILs and making the assessment of their income, we also connecting them with the bank. So there is no customers do not need to go to the bank. Everything is on the e-platform. We can directly connect them with the executive, and by sitting at their home, they can come to know whether they are eligible or not and whether from which bank they can get the best deal. From the developers, I can say that like by sitting at the home only, they can get the credit eligibility of their customers. They also get the database of the prospective home loan buyers, like which can be a very useful thing. But currently, we are not touching on this part. From the broker and financial institution, we will act as, we can act as a digital DSA for the banks. So currently there are physical DSA and every bank is relying on the DSA to get the leads and everything. So we will act as a DSA for them.
Okay.
Now come the revenue model. The revenue model is that we have developed our revenue. It's like, I cannot say the exact figure, but yeah, these are the sources from where we are like targeting to have our revenue. First is the developer part. For developer, we can provide our platform as a software solution. Then we can also advertise their property in our portal so that the customers which are coming to our portal comes to know that on the basis of this income and on the basis of their demographic details, which property is best suitable for them. So we can do that advertisements for the developers. Now for the DSA, they can register as an agent on our platform with certain paid subscription amount. And for the bank, we can refer the leads to them on commission basis. So these are the sources from where we can get some revenue. Now, coming to the team part, we are 3 people as of now in our team. First one is me itself. I have the experience in automation and solving complex problems. We have Apurva, who is into the business development, and she has a wide experience of selling the SaaS platforms in the Indian and international markets. And the most important person of our team is Mr. Dilip Sethi. He has 20 years of experience in retail banking. He's currently in Dubai and has a reach of many international banks over there. So he's the person who is like guiding us about the same. Now this is a prototype of what we are planning to show to our customers. This is a customer dashboard. It is like once the customer enter the details, it will show that you are eligible for this much amount. It is their existing DBR, debt burden ratio. It is the proposed DBR if he makes any simulation. So it will show them. So this is just a demo. Similar platform we have developed for the agents also, for the customers. And this is for the agents. So the agents, like they can connect, they have the details related to the agents. So the customer can directly contact them. It is also show like that agent is expert in which kind of services, which language that person can speak. So these are some demographic details of the agents we have also captured. So maybe there are NRI coming into India. That person is not comfortable speaking in Hindi, so he can also know that that person can speak in English also, or maybe Arabic or any other language.
Okay, Jaya, we have to conclude there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Please flash the slide with your name, mobile number, and email.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Can I request
CA
Babu Ibrahim ji, respected Central Council member, ICI, if you would like to share your feedback thus far, sir?
No, I think he's not here.
He might be not available.
Other enablers?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Can I have a question from Jaya?
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi Jaya.
Hi.
I saw your pitch very, very well articulated, Jaya. Most of the questions that I was writing down, you answered on the, several slides down the line. So I was also about to ask you the current traction, but since you mentioned that it is at the prototype stage, so I don't see that you have started generating revenue as yet. But any number of users that you have been able to collate by now?
Yeah, if we have this strategy among my teams, like the team in which I'm working, that any development we make in our portal, we circulate to our team members and the person in relation to them. So the advisor which I have shown you previously, he himself working in a bank. So around 50 to 100 people we have already shown this platform in Dubai itself. So this
Okay, so basically you've done the beta testing.
Yes. So testing we have done, beta testing we have done.
Okay. One more thing. I mean, I don't see a technology team in your, this pitch. Who are you getting this app developed from?
Actually, the Dalip is also a technology guy, and there is one more person. We hired him as a freelancer, so he's not part of the core team.
Okay, all right. Because that is one big thing that you would require in-house, and you cannot have it outsourced for a long term. And what is going to be the marketing strategy for this business, Jaya?
Okay, about the marketing strategy, like I have in the Indian market, both me and Dalip have contacts with some of the large banks. And in the UAE market, he's himself working in one of the topmost bank of Dubai. So, and even he knows the AVP of the Barclays Bank. So we have contacts with the very good banks, and even we have shown this product to large number of banks. So, like first we are targeting to contact with as much bank as possible, because when contacting with the banks, we also contact with their agents. So in our target market, we want to have both the agents and bank to come to our portal. About the customer parts, we like the bank customer, and like we have started the social media marketing also.
All right, that answers most of my question.
So
thank you, Jaya. Thanks.
Can I ask a question, Amit?
Very quickly, Divam. Yes.
Hi, Jaya. So I wanted to understand, are you also planning to do an API integration with the lenders? Because from what I understand about the models of Paisabazaar and the likes, these guys are very well integrated. They not only have the calculators with them, they are also very well integrated with the fintechs and the banks, wherein their servers are interacting with the servers of the banks in terms of their scorecards, and they are only pushing the leads to the respective banks who have these profiles eligible.
Right.
So are you doing a similar kind of a model?
Right. We are also integrating with the credit rating agencies and the banks for the purpose of checking the eligibility of the customers. But after once it is confirmed to us that the particular customer is eligible, then machine will start doing that, check the other things also and connecting them with the experts, like the simulation part and the connecting with experts and connecting with the bank. This is something which is done after we get to know that the customer is eligible.
Thank you very much, Jay Sharma and your team for your participation, and great to hear your model assessor based upon machine learning and artificial intelligence. All the best. Let's move to the fourth participant now, Kaustab Agarwal. Can I request you to please share your presentation? 21 years of age, CA intermediate student, comes from Sonipat, Haryana, and the name of their existing startup is Dropo, which provides online laundry and dry cleaning services in Delhi NCR. So if anyone watching this live broadcast has got some stress about washing clothes, let's hear Kaustab Agarwal.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, really very sorry. At the very last moment, I have to shift it to Word file as the PowerPoint is not supporting in my system. So starting with the real fact that in these hectic daily routine, excluding these lockdown days, with stressful jobs have brought a big change in people's lifestyle. As you all know, they have adjusted their habits to keep pace with the fastness of everyday life. So automation has made and technology has made daily domestic chores very easy, saving time for other important works. Keeping that in mind, we have started an online laundry and dry clean business named Dropo, through which person can schedule their pickup for laundry with just one tap. through an application which is available in Google and iOS App Store. So starting with covering problem and customer base together. The major problem is that there is no organized way to get laundry done. Like clothes gets misplaced or damaged or returned with not washing them properly, with no claim provided. Second problem is related to time. That value of time is known to everyone. And in today's busy world, time is very valuable. And for that, everyone uses technology. Keeping that in mind, we have provided them an online platform to get this problem resolved, as this is necessity. Laundry is necessity to everyone. So our first target audience are married couples in job in MNC companies, or having nuclear family, working whole day, gets only weekends or Sundays off. And in that 24 or 48 hours, laundry take a lot of their quality time for weekly load of unwashed clothes for 2 or 4 people. Second target audience are students living in PG flats, hostels. Like many CA students are living far away from their home, who don't get time to wash their clothes, as they are living far from their family, just to focus more on their study or other job work. The problem which I faced during my starting days. Our third target audience are joint family with 10 to 15 members, with a huge lot of weekly clothes, for which they hire maid, but they don't add cost of electricity, detergent, ironing, machinery, and also time they have to devote by like for guidance on that maid. Then now, covering point of market segment, we have studied that we have a vast scope in tier 1 cities with highly populated areas and most of the people working 6 days a week. Then covering tier 2 cities, we have great scope of expansion there as well, as in past few years many industries have set up there and many people are shifting there from tier 1 and tier 2 cities for healthy and peaceful lifestyle. But in tier 3 cities we have less scope for now, as most of the people do laundry of their own. But in coming 2 or 3 years, I believe and our team believes that these cities will also give us profitable results like other startups. Then covering competition point of view, yes, we have competition of local hobbies or local small shopkeepers providing dry clean services, but they are not providing organized setup, organized structure for that laundry and dry clean business. They are not properly trained, as many clothes gets destroyed in their function, and the rates are highly fluctuating. But for this, rather than giving word competitor, I want to give a word them a word collaborator. With this plan, we have no aim to harm these small shopkeepers or dhobis, as we have a proper plan to do collaborations with them and then providing proper training to them. Currently also we are in collaboration with many dry cleaners and laundromats in Delhi itself. Also we are planning to hire people from Akhil Bharatiya Dhobi Samaj under us, so that they get proper work and organized work under our supervisions, our techniques, our machines. Also, as compared to our competitors, we have very less prices, as we have eliminated middle layer of people who contact with the customers and give their work to one specialized person and charge high prices from customers. Then at last, covering solution and business model altogether. Firstly, according to, I want to share this fact among all of you. Euromonitor International states that India's laundry market is expected to grow about $76 billion. But currently, please wait. But currently, this sector has only 3 to 4% of service providers who are organized and providing like good services to their customers, which means that a lot of scope of improvement is needed with proper plan. So currently we as a Dropo, a team, are serving people of Delhi through this common platform by way of our online application and website www.dropo.in in both Google, and the application in both Google and iOS App Store. Also, I want to present this fact in your notice on real basis. A fact is real rather than hypothetical one, that students from Rajendra Nagar and Shalimar Bagh in Delhi are giving very good response with almost 0 complaints registered till now. Also, they scheduled their laundry pickup every week.
Please conclude.
As our tagline says of drop-off washing relationship, we want to build a relation of quality and trust with our customers. Also, we are fastest laundry service provider in Delhi. We only take 24 hours to 36 hours to deliver back your clothes with proper packaging, proper clothing, proper washing and everything. And we also provide claim if any damage happens to your clothes or anything gets misplaced. We have collaboration with some laundromats, which reduces our total fixed cost, and helps us to provide their services at cheapest rates. And to keep proper check on quality, we do packaging on our own on our main headquarter, so that we can check each and every cloth if they are properly washed or not. Also, we are planning to open some stores with live laundry system and to expand this idea in each city to eliminate problem of laundry, for which we have to raise funds to grow faster. I also want to say that in this lockdown time, we are not facing any problem because we have the lowest fixed cost in till now. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Costa. Enablers, please.
Can I ask
I
something?
have a question. Okay. Yeah, please.
Should I? Sure.
Yeah. So thank you, Costa, for detailing us with your plan. I just have a couple of questions. First of all, will you be a service provider, or do you plan to go on to become an aggregator website as well?
Sir, we are planning to do both. Like we are for now we are only providing aggregator, but for future in like cities like Gurgaon, Noida, we are planning to launch our live stores and to enter in this service provider type of thing.
Sambhav?
Right. Also, there are other players in this market such as DhobiGuard, Quick Clean, Pick My Laundry, Laundry Cart. But generally, the problem that they face is in scaling up their operations, because the logistical cost is too high and the revenue per user is too low. So when you have a larger area to cater, you're not able to meet the cost of the transportation, logistics, and managing all those operations. How do you plan to come across that barrier?
So actually what we are doing now, that we hire delivery boys in several pin codes and give 4 or 5 pin codes to them. And then they are not want to come to our office. They have to collect all the orders from whole day, and at particular time they have to give it to us. So taking in note that about our competitors like Uclean, Pick My Laundry, you can check their ratings as well. They have rating of 2 or 2.5, and we Dropo on Play Store have a rating of 4.7, which is I think is the best rating till now.
Okay, so we'll have to conclude there itself. Thank you very much, Costa Agarwal and Team Dropo. Thank you. Thank you very much. And as you mentioned, that the app is available both on Google and iOS App Store, so people interested to get their clothes washed can check more on that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Amitji, I would like to add one thing more. I just like to give a very small message in between.
Yes.
Because I'm watching the YouTube and the YouTube comments as well. So
Yes.
my a humble request है. This is a very beginning of the initiative, I must say. And हम बस यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि अपने CA and CA students को किस तरीके से हम encourage कर सकते हैं to join with the NIRC and ICAI and to share their ideas among whole of the कहते हैं ना profession, and हम कुछ नया से नया और अच्छे से अच्छा कैसे कर सकते हैं. We are just making a community of startups in our institute so that we can help each other. That is only our agenda behind this enabling program. And मैं अगर बात करूँ, मतलब हमने meanwhile 4 startups के अंदर what we have observed, one is from laundry, one is from gyms aggregator, one is agricultural, one is loans. सो आप ये देखें कितना मतलब charismatic effect है, और how the students and chartered accountants are doing. So I'm very grateful that everybody has joined this initiative. और मैं request करूँगा सारे viewers से please इसको देखते रहिए और सुझाव अच्छे से अच्छा हमें भी भेजिए, और अपने जितने भी अभी तक जिन्होंने प्रेजेंट किया सबको सपोर्ट करिए, सो दैट हम कुछ यूनिक करें और इंडिया को भी और NIRC और ICAI को भी ग्रेट बनाएं. Thank you so much. Please, Amit ji. Thank you. Please.
Thank you very much. You just heard CA Shashank Agarwal, respected chairman with the Northern India Regional Council of the ICAI. And for everyone who's just joined us and wondering as to what is happening, well, this is an initiative by the NIRC called SEE, S-E-E. We see from our eyes, but can we turn this sight into a vision? This is where an entrepreneur comes into the picture. So SEE is an acronym for Startup Entrepreneurship Enabler. And as Shashank ji said, the entire effort is to build a community of like-minded people, create synergies. You have so far heard 4 participants. And if you've just joined, we're moving across to the 5th one. Every participant expresses about their dreams and business ideas for 7 minutes. We again request you to respect time, because if you conclude between 6 to 7 minutes, that will enable the enablers to provide you feedback. You may choose not to respond to them right now. The idea is to hear them as much as you can. We are very thankful to the enablers as well. So wherever you are, stay with us, and through your comments on YouTube or the emails that are being shared, you can get in touch with the respective stakeholders. So at number 5, can I now invite Parsh Mehta? Parsh, please share your content. The next startup again is very diverse, as Shashankji was mentioning. This is about Educushion Solutions LLP. The entire idea is the degrees perhaps in the modern innovative world may not necessarily suffice. And therefore one needs cognitive skills, social skills, self-development. So what is this startup all about? Over to Parsh Mehta.
I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes. So our startup is Educushion. What we do is, as what our tagline says, we cushion your education. So during our school, we learn everything from math to science and history, geography, everything. But when it comes to real life, there's something more that's required for being a success, for being really successful at life. And that is something that we are here to provide. So I'll just go ahead with my slide, which would be self-explanatory. What is our vision? Our vision is to do 2 main things: digitize the existing processes at schools and other educational institutions, and more importantly, humanizing the education imparted. It's really important that the children today are sensitized to the world out there, and they have a certain amount of discernment about what is right, what is wrong, and choose the right path. So what does Educushion provide? Educushion provides 3 main services. Sorry, I think there's some issue with the slide. So Educushion provides 3 main services. We provide an online portal, we provide life skills trainings, and we provide outsourcing services. I'll again repeat it: an online portal, then life skill trainings, and outsourcing services that are workshops. So we'll dive into the most important segment of it: life skills. Why life skills? I just noted some facts about it. So a study of PhD in the US says that EQ is 4 times more important than our IQ. There's also another test by a renowned psychologist, Dr. Seligman, which says that a test of optimism is a more better indicator at how a person will score in his SAT exams or any other exam for that matter. And the third one, Dr. Siegel, he says, so there's a myth that the life skills and the psychological outlook that a person has cannot be changed. For example, if I'm an introvert, I'll remain introvert for a lifetime. Well, that's not true. With the right intervention at the right time, it is possible to change our psychological outlook. So which life skills do we look into? we look into 4 main life skills: cognitive skills, which is related to learning, logical analysis. Then we have intrapersonal skills. Intrapersonal skills are primarily of how you converse with yourself, self-dialogue. So how I take my failures, how I can motivate myself, how I can give that daily dose of positivity. The third one is self-development, where we teach students time management, habit management, stress management, all of those skills. And the fourth one is social skills. Social skills includes how we interact with the society at large, my family, my friend circle, peers, all of that. So we look into a child's persona at large, not a particular aspect, but at large. So what is the process that we follow? We do testings, then we organize workshops at schools and other educational organizations, and then there's review and feedback. And for weak students, we also provide a certain amount of personal counseling also. We also provide special outsourcing. So as we call it outsourcing, it's like educational institutions let them outsource other activities to us, and we look into it. So we provide workshops for students and parents, both of them. Which workshops? This is just a small list of what kind of workshops we provide, and the list is unending. We can provide many more such workshops, and we have trained trainers with us who have years of experience in all of these particular fields. So we provide best of the services to all our students. So what is the business model that education works with? So education directly approaches schools and other educational organizations. We also tying up with colleges these days, and that process is still in the tunnel. And then we have a team of psychologist clinics that work with us, which will provide these services to schools. So the content will be centralized in our hands, where we can manage what kind of content is being imparted. But the people who will be on field, the facilitators, they'll be from the psychological clinics that work with us. So a SWOT analysis of why this is a real nice opportunity for people to come into. We have a really good and strong team of qualified psychologists and trainers. We also have a very powerful IT team and a strong media content creation team. Weaknesses: we do lack huge networks in edtech and other schooling industry. So we need help with that, and funding for an online portal. We're trying to be an aggregator of where multiple people can provide children focused content on that website. Just for example, it could be a Coursera or Udemy for children, specifically designed courses for children. As we know that children are spending a lot of time on phones and other devices. Why not, let's not take away the devices from them, but use those devices for them to use it and come up with productive things, opportunities. I sincerely feel that there is a mind shift, there has been a perspective shift in the Indian society, where people are realizing how important life skills is, how important managing your mind is, how important other things are. And there is no direct competitor to us. There is no centralized clinic that is providing such services to various schools and centralized content creation system. And the threat, yes, there's a threat that even though the Indian society has started realizing the importance of it, we still need to bring out this message that it's not only maths and science that will get you, that will lead, that will give you success in life, but these skills are equally important for a child to develop.
Right. Please conclude.
So, yes. So we are looking into expanding across various age groups. We are currently looking. We are currently dealing with children from first grade to 12th grade. But we also want to get into young professionals, or for example, CA students for that matter, who take up GMCS and OT courses. We can also provide such things over there. And that's all. And through this concept of education, we would like to touch millions of young people's lives and make them better individuals for themselves, for their families, and for the nation at large. Thank you so much.
Right. CA Parsh Mehta from Mumbai. Thank you. Enablers, please.
Yeah, hi,
Yeah.
Parsh.
Okay, Karan, you go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, Parsh, actually, just from the ecosystem, I would like to give you a background that this is the right time for the edtech startups. So you can obviously, I really like the plan of building a platform, an online aggregator platform for getting the student and teacher come on the same platform. So you can simply work on another next 3 or 2 to 6 months to raise money, because investors are now really interested to fund platforms which are either focused on health or the education. So you can take the advantage.
Okay. Any other enabler feedback?
Yes, I have a feedback actually to give. You have not given an analysis of how you look in front of the competition, who are actually your direct or indirect competition, and what could be an entry barrier for them, because an aggregator platform is very easy to build. But what is your moat going to be for other aggregators to come into your space and compete with you?
And Education, if you could please flash your contact details once again.
Hello, I did not get
Yes,
my
Parsh,
answer.
would you like to respond?
We're not looking at them as competitors, but we would like to collaborate with multiple platforms that are working right now, but providing a certain, they're providing training into a particular skill only. So for example, there are platforms who teach photography to children. There are platforms who teach computers to children, but there's no central platform where a child can just log in and go through the various courses available. So their reach is very much minimized to people who are looking for specific things, but cross marketing is not available to them. So we will be providing that service, point number one. And point number two, I think our major competitors are schools who believe that they already have psychologists and counselors on board. So they might not be really willing to spend an amount for getting these services. But as when we talk to them and explain it to them, they realize that our process is far more detailed than any other school which is following it right now. So they just have a few sessions, a few workshops, but no one's providing a testing based solution. And we provide a report at the end of each year where how our workshops has helped that child even grow in academics and other areas of life. We provide a report to them, which no one is doing right now. So I think with time and right marketing, we will be able to convince them.
Right. Thank you very much, Parsh Mehta and team, for providing very essential cushion to our educational system. Thank you.
Amitji, I just want to take 30 seconds.
Thank you to the facility.
Yes, Ambhav.
Yeah, so we've seen 5 presentations so far. So the common feedback. I suggest that there are 5 elements that we should definitely have in the pitch, which is team, traction, market size, competition, which primarily has been touched upon by all 5, maybe 1 or 2 has been left. None of the startup or entrepreneur is talking about unit economics, financial model, which is a very key aspect, because post-COVID, I think we are going away from a scenario where people are not investing in a user base. If you are not profitable at unit economics, it's going to be very tough for you to raise money. So when you're giving your idea, please throw some light on what the unit economics is, how your financial model will look. I understand we are experts at it, but it's good to speak about it as well.
Okay, those are very valuable inputs by CA Sambhav Mehrotra. Thank you very much. Yes, post COVID-19, it's going to be altogether different world, and businesses need to factor that as well. We're halfway through, 10 participants and all. It's time to hop across from Mumbai to New Delhi now. Shreya Sahani, can I request you to please share your presentation?
Yeah,
Her
absolutely.
startup is called Prince Social. She's a chartered accountant. And tell us more about this lifestyle aggregation company.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shreya Sani, and I'm one of the co-founders of VSocial or /FinSocial. And today, on behalf of my entire team, I'll take you through the idea. So let's begin. As per a health report from Cigna TTK Health Insurance Company, 95% of the Indian millennial admit being stressed more than any other country in the world. Most of the working class is stressed due to lack of work-life balance, and a majority of the chunk is not following any passion or any hobby. As a result, their experiences fall down, which further results in low battery anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Now, any layman can counter my thesis by saying, bring in the element of happiness. But what exactly is happiness? I understand happiness as that state of mind where you are able to connect with like-minded individuals who can help foster your personal and professional growth. And number two, I can also say that happiness is that state of mind where you are able to connect with your own self by following what you really love to do. And that's exactly where VSocial comes into place. We are a lifestyle aggregation company, and we are building a social community of trusted, verified professionals to give them a platform to engage with like-minded people to build offline connections in this dense digital world. So this is just like making an Amazon, but only for social experiences. Now, if I talk about the VSocial ecosystem, it can be easily segregated into three phases. Phase number one would be VSocial flagship experiences, wherein we ourselves curating and organizing events centered around experience-based trips, Baithaks, which are house gigs in which people can come, share their stories, remove their inhibitions, followed by a house party, ghar ka khana, sleepover. Then there are city experiences, movie screening, literature meets, open jams, mini concerts. So all these events are centered around people's interests and hobbies. Phase number two will entail e-discovery market platform where we invite other curators and hosts to come and launch their programs and their events on the VSocial platform. Phase three would entail VSocial forums where people can chat with each other, post queries, ask about job requirements, and post any random pictures. And I think that when there is such a diverse and dynamic number of people on the VSocial platform, we can easily foresee brands approaching us to run endorsements and brand campaigns. So I think at this point, it is very fair to say that the people who will be signing up on the VSocial platform will become our consumers, whereas these brands who would be coming in to do promotional events on the VSocial platform will become our prime customers. There's a very tweaked Hindi kahawat which goes like, data ek ram hai, baki dunya bikhari. I think by the end of 2 to 3 years, we will be able to come up with a good user database, which can be leveraged by the industry to have insight into consumer behavior. Having said that, the revenue model of VSocial can be segmented into 4 parts. Number one would be the VSocial subscriptions. We plan to get INR 900, a very basic amount from people for a year subscription where they can have access to the unlimited and infinite world of VSocial. Second would be the revenue generated from VSocial curated events. Third would be that commissions which we'll get from the e-discovery market where other peoples are hosting their events and we will be managing their event inventory. The fourth, of course, would be advertisements and brand endorsements. So according to a report by Gartner, the global e-discovery market is expected to reach a whopping $14 billion by the end of the year 2020 at a CAGR of 15%. That means that we have a huge and niche market to penetrate. Right now, we are only targeting India as our target market. Having said that, it gives me immense pleasure to say that we have already launched a minimum viable product of VSocial in the name of FinSocial India, which is a social community for people from finance background. With a traction of more than 5,000 users engaged, and that too organically, we have done more than 30 events in the last 2 years in the form of bicycle rides, trips, bed hugs, literature, dance workshops, you name it, and we have done it. Let me share a very quirky insight here. Until the second quarter of the financial year 2020, we were planning to do it on a non-profit basis. But that's exactly when the Japanese concept of ikigai hit us, and we understood and realized that there is no greater nirvana than being in a position to convert what your true passion is into a viable business model. Also, it is pertinent to note here that in this year, in the month of March, we were able to raise USD 8,000 in a friends and family round. For the year ended March 2020, our top line stood at 9,100 USD. So talking about the fund requirement, we are hoping to raise funds approximately USD 0.5 million to 0.7 million US dollars. Out of it, 0.2 million US dollars will go towards hiring core team for the top 5 cities. Another 0.2 million will go towards consumer acquisition, advertisement, and PR. Another 0.1 million will go towards development of tech platform and hiring a tech team. And the remaining amount will go towards domain and other capital expenditure. Now, if everything remains as it is, there is no infusion of money. This can be the graph of our number of registered users by the end of 5 years. Well, this is just for illustrative purposes. However, with a good infusion of money and investment, I think this graph can take a steeper turn and we can be the game changers. I've already said that. So in the competitive landscape, we have Airbnb and MyScoot as our prime competitors. However, none of them are in the experience-based trip market as of now. And we think the market for us is quite large. Another advantage point for us is that we think that none of them is centered around the prime concept of community building and happiness. So that's where we think that we definitely have a leverage over them. Both of them have been funded by Y Combinator. Moving ahead to the team, well, I call myself as the Chief Happiness Officer since I am the person who is full-time running the show. Apart from me, there are other curators of happiness who also happen to be all chartered accountants. Our team, though, is consisting of all chartered accountants, but we have amazing travel vloggers, we have stand-up comedians, we have content developers, we have musicians, and we have serial entrepreneurs all combined into this one single team, apart from being chartered accountants, just like all you panelists who are chartered accountants, but a lot more and have been complete game changers.
Okay. Thank you. Please show your email, mobile number, just in case, Shreya, people want to get in touch with the curators of happiness. Enablers, please. Any feedback?
Nobody is asking any question. I think I should one.
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to understand the revenue model. You mentioned that you have made 9,000 US dollars. What exactly is the revenue model, and how is this community building any different from the other?
Your voice is cracking, ma'am. Your voice is cracking.
Am I audible? Am I better audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question was on the revenue model. You said you have already made 9,000 US dollar from this community building exercise.
Yes.
Model.
Your voice is again cracking.
From any of the social.
I think.
Just answer the first question first.
Okay. Yes. So, ma'am, in the last year alone, we have done approximately 8 to 9 bicycle rides. We have done around 3 trips. Apart from that, we have done 2 Baithaks, which is a combination of a shared space where people come narrate their stories, and then it is followed by a house party. And there were other couple of events which were running last year, out of which we have been able to garner a revenue of USD 9,100. So they were continuous events happening last year. So I want to bring a point over here. As I said that we've already been running a minimum viable product called FinSocial as a smaller part of VSocial, which is running its program, its events for the people from finance background. However, while we were running these events for the people from finance background, other people from other communities approached us and asked that, boss, why are you not doing for us? And that is where we were motivated towards pivoting towards VSocial.
Okay, Shreya, one more.
So the participants paid for it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. That's what I wanted to understand. All right.
Shreya, setup has also encouraged me to ask one question from my side as well.
Absolutely, sir.
So Shreya, tell me one thing. I hope you have seen that there are so many events company as well. So many NGOs
Absolutely,
are
sir.
working on it. So many global companies are working in this initiatives.
Absolutely, sir.
And so many companies are very small travel companies are also arranging these kind of setups. And madam, what exactly the USP from your side would be here,
Yes.
here in
Abs-
platform, so that people would be definitely connect with you, and as a CA community we are definitely looking over your startup as a priority for so that we all chartered accountants and we all CA students would celebrate everything, and you can definitely support us. But what is the USP exactly you are providing?
Absolutely, sir. So, sir, as I said before, none of the competitors that we have in the competitive market are centered around community building. So, I'll give you a prime example. If you, let's say, signed up for a workshop or any party which is hosted by some XYZ person, you will go there, you will have fun, then you will come back. However, this is not the case which is happening with FinSocial, which is a minimum viable product. So if 40 strangers are coming together for an event, they will not go back as strangers, they'll go back as one single family. Even if you check out our Instagram account, there have been posts not just about the events that we are curating, but also about the community members. It has been our USP that with time to time, we highlight our community members, we highlight their talents, their significant talents, so that they can go back with home and say, oh wow, this is something which I learned about myself, and there are people who appreciate it. So we also get boost up to try on different things, different kind of cycles in life. And I think this is where we stand different.
So Shreya, I would request to lead a one musical event from your side on the Zoom only, so that we can also encourage all the students and members at large with your team help.
We'd love to do that, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jitu this side. So I have one question with respect to the users which you mentioned. That there are certain number of users currently which you have onboarded, and you're mentioning that one of the fund requirement is towards customer acquisition or the user acquisitions.
So the fund requirement.
So my question to you is that currently how you are acquiring your users or the community people whom you are onboarding, what's the way for how you're doing it, and how you think that by raising the funding you can exponentially increase it? Because since the whole concept is about bringing more people of the like-minded people on board with the same objective, what I understand.
Yes, sir. So if provided with funding, once provided with funding, we would like to go first year as free subscription for everyone, so they can come on board and try all the services, all the events that we are offering, and then it can go out with the word of mouth, and we can probably give incentives in the form of 100 rupees payback for people who are signing up. So that's where we want to acquire more consumers.
Okay. Thank you very much, Shreya Sahani and team VSocial/FinSocial, as you said, Amazon of social experiences. And we have a new recipe now for anyone who wants nirvana. All you need to do is convert your passion into a viable business model. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, number 7 now on the C program. Can I invite Shashank Sahai from Punkbeats? He's a chartered accountant student who hails from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Can we request Shashank to please share his presentation? You mentioned about Kanpur, you're reminded of the Green Park Stadium and also the leather industry. And therefore, Punkbeats is about shoes. Over to Shashank Sahai. Shashank Sahai, do we have you there? We have your namesake, Shashank Agarwalji, for there for sure.
Shashank Sahai, not in the, I believe he's not visible in the panelist list. So I must say, please proceed with the next. And
okay.
Could you please coordinate with him so that.
Okay. So let me take the opportunity to invite the next participant. Can I invite Yash Jaiswal, please? Yash, please share your presentation. Your startup is called Skillbox. how do we realize the true potential of human talent? A lot of skilled workforce. Then in India, there is a lot of unorganized sector, the semi-skilled and unskilled. How could we really leverage the true potential of human talent? Over to Yash Jaiswal.
Thank you, sir. Am I visible to you, sir? Is the slide visible?
Yes, both of you.
All right. Thank you, sir. So basically, first of all, I'd like to begin with the fact that I was paying a lot of attention to whatever was being said by the earlier participants. I really liked the idea when Sir Babu Abraham said that the Startup India Foundation was launched by the Honorable Minister. What it means to conceptualize this idea as a whole. I'd like to begin with the fact that this idea as such has not been put into implementation right now, but it is a mere conceptualization. What I'm planning is after my CNL examinations get over, I will go forward and implement this part. So I'll first of all introduce with the basics of what I am looking at for the preparation of my business idea. All of us are aware of the situation in India when it comes to the exports part, right? And we all know that the majority of exports, what you have on your screen right now, is the exports, which is the commodity wise as in the last 2018-2019 situation. So a majority of it is coming from petroleum and pearl precious and semi-precious stones. Also, if you look at it this way, the Indian exports as such, I'm sorry, the screen I think got over. One second, just share it again. Right. So as we can see that the Indian exports had amounted to 142 billion in this year of 2018 and 2019. And the majority of revenue are from commodity exports, whereas 39% of the export revenue is from tertiary sector. Now, obviously, we all understand that tertiary sector in itself employs the people in the BPOs and KPOs. And these are the people who provide services to the developed countries as such. But the main point here is we need to understand that our country is the second most populous country. And out of the total population, only 16% of the people are actually contributing to the earning of the revenue when it comes to exports or in terms of generation in totality. So what led me to thinking was the fact that a majority of the population, there's an issue with the screen. Yeah. So as you can see, I'll say the people who are not engaged in the tertiary sector, their employment as such has taken a downfall in the last years, as you can see from the graph itself. What my feeling is, India being the second most populous country and the majority of people are young in this country, we are not able to correctly tap the potential that the country has. So, which is why I came up with an idea, which I have named it as Skill Box. Okay. So let us understand this fact. Every manufacturing industry, now I'm basically moving on to the fact that drives the very foundation of the business idea. Let us look at it this way. Every business or let's say a manufacturing entity has to deal with laborers, workers, and people of the sorts. The problem here is this sector in general is not organized at all. In manufacturing industry, irrespective of the fact that the scale of production they are hiring has these specifications into need. They have to have a contract with let's say a contractor who provides them the employers. And then again, we also have situations wherein there are questions about the emoluments being paid. We have often seen that these payments to the workers are not, let's say, on a straight tandem across the region. These payments might differ on, let's say, industry or geographical locations. But then again, we have seen instances where workers have been complaining that their payments and their remuneration system was not fair in terms of the work that they have been doing. Also, I'd like to bring into light the point that we do not feel that the adequate training is being received by these workers. In fact, one of the panelists asked the question that how does the COVID-19 situation is being taken into picture when we're talking about these business ideas. I'll say there was one speech by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Uttar Pradesh CM. They were discussing about how to transfer the benefits to the worker class, because the data registration with the government is not as strong as it should be. A total of 30 to 40% workers have actually been registered with the government portals, which also turns into the fact that the benefits being released by the government side are not being driven down to the grassroots levels. This again goes on to show the fact that the sector is very unorganized. So the slide that you have in front of you basically talks about all the challenges I've just said. You can see the sector works as a majorly unorganized sector, as I've just said. There's a heavy reliance on the local contractors. Then again, you have lack of adequate skills in the workforce, no uniformity in the emoluments paid. There's a geographical barrier to equilibrium in the demand and supply. Obviously, there are industries that you find in SEZs which are comparatively remote in area, and they always face a shortage of staff or the workers, wherein in cities like Delhi and Mumbai, you have an overflow of workers where most of them turned out getting unemployed. And obviously, since these workers are not trained enough, you can always have a risk of trade union strikes, and that also leads to unplanned disruptions and shutdowns. Now I'm moving to a case study which all of us might remember. That was the July 2012, the Maruti Suzuki crisis in Manesar plant. For those of us who are not very aware of what happened in the situation, here is the issue that has been summarized for you. That's on your screen. To cut the long story short, what happened was the workers had a long list of demands that were not getting fulfilled by the company. And it turned out to be a huge violence on that matter also when the issue later developed. And I happened to be a relative of one of those people who were employed in the senior positions in the company. Actually, I had seen the families employing bouncers to protect themselves because workers were attacking the employees at their homes. Now, the thing is, I do not feel this is completely an issue of the workers or the company side for that matter. This is something that goes hand in hand, because somewhere the demand is not meeting the supply. The requirements by the industries is different from the provisions that we have in the market currently. And that is where Skillbox comes out to be a unanimator between the industries and the markets. And that is where Skillbox will bring together what the market has to offer versus what the industry's demand at hand is, which makes me to move on to the solutions presented by Skillbox. Now, if you can see, there's a small diagram. Okay, so this is how it will work. Basically, Skillbox will put up as let's say what do you call it, as a platform where workforce will get themselves registered, and also the industries from themselves will also they can actually ask for the employees to get the labor allocated to their own part. This will not only help us to allocate the worker as per the skills, we can take care of the training. And what's more important is the fact that we as a entity will be able to add on to the nation building, because as Skillbox team, we can not only employ the laborers where it is currently demanded, we can also take care of all the legal formalities that we have, getting them PF, PSI registrations and all the benefits that have been passed on from the government to the laborers. We can do that bit. And also at a later point of time, we have many countries such as in the African continent, they actually demand labor. So we in the future stage can also export our laborers to those countries after being properly trained. So this is where I feel that Skillbox will basically present its own work into nation building. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yash, enablers, please.
I have a question, Yash. Okay. Sambhav, please go ahead. I'll ask next.
No, I just wanted to. So Yash, I was doing some research while you were speaking. I'm just giving you a prima facie problem. Skillbox is ideally being used by 4 or 5 established players in the market. So you might have to look at rebranding it, or look at if you started using it early, because the brand name will contradict. So that was just my initial observation. Go ahead, Neetu.
Yeah, so my question is that how are you any different from someone like Asan Jobs? They are already trying to solve this problem and they have already scaled up a lot, and there are several other contractors who provide these kind of services. I'm not able to understand what competitive edge are you going to have over them.
Right. So thank you for the question, ma'am. Coming to the first name that you took, the Asan Jobs part, right? So I had done a bit of research on this aspect. See, as I understand, I have been working on the conceptualization of the idea right now. What I understand from the business models that already are existing is the fact that they have not considered the training and improving the skill set knowledge of the existing workers that have been registered with them. The main focus area of these existing businesses that you're talking of is basically allocating the staff to the requirement. As I said, a part of the nation building also comes into factor where you develop an interface. So, okay.
Good afternoon, good evening, sir. How are you? So Mr. Roy has told me that he will call me up. How are you, sir? First of all, let me ask, how are you? All good, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, please carry on.
Okay, sorry. So I'll give you, if you look at the business models of Uber and Ola, they not only developed the mechanism of the drivers getting allocated to the users, but they also have frequent in-driver program upgradation, wherein they train the drivers. I feel only allocating the required people to the industries is not sufficient as long as you're not training them. When you're training them, it not only improves the skill set, it also concedes to the fact that they, in them, their own selves, have the basic skills to continue their own lives in a better manner, which will better improve of the wages that you're looking at. So that is where I feel this specific idea is better than the already existing platforms that you have.
Okay.
So basically, you are solving the problem of the skill set, or you're solving the problem of employment. What exactly are the problem that you're focusing on?
Small response, yes.
Okay. So basically, I'll say that it is two-pronged. You cannot look at it. You cannot look at one solution without the other, because while we are training the workers, we are also ensuring that the jobs are sufficiently available according to the industry and the demands of the market. So both are going hand in hand.
Well, trust me, I'm enjoying this conversation between participants and enablers and the questions that are flowing on the social media. But because we have to move with time, so I have to say thank you very much, Yash Jaiswal. Thank you.
Thank you.
CA student from Gurugram, Haryana. Thank you for your valuable participation. Well, we've got two more participants left. We are very thankful to Rohit Batra as he'll go last. But penultimate, I'd like to invite Ritika Gupta with her initiative called Tally Assist. Ritika, please share your presentation. Ritika is a chartered accountant coming from Pink City, Jaipur, Rajasthan. We all will agree that accounting is the language of business. How can Tally Assist help us? Over to CA Ritika Gupta.
Ritika ji, please unmute your mic. Ritika ji, please unmute your mic so that everybody can listen to you.
Thank you, Amit. My voice is audible to all?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are the last in the ladder, so everyone must have got a little tired of hearing so many presentations. So a quick wave to everyone, so as to make sure that we all are here together. Okay, so my name is Ritika Gupta. I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I'm into my own practice. And today I also have Richa Verma with me, who's my partner and who will also be presenting along with me. So we basically are a team of accountants, web developers and designers. And today we are going to present 2 products and 1 service model as our startup idea. So basically our team has also helped in digitization of corporate bodies and government organizations. And now we have shifted our focus to SMBs, that is small and medium businesses. So our service model is by the name of Accounts at Home, which is the idea of providing a personal accountant to small traders, to medium traders, businesses, as a people need, as and when they need accountant to do the accounting entries. You can approach Accounts at Home and we will offer them on pay-per-use basis. I think the idea is very new because most of the competitors in the field look on developing some software or something like that, but we basically aim to offer a personal accountant because many small traders and many small businessmen, they are still reluctant or are not very tech friendly, and they want a munim at their place to do the accounting job as it is conventional. Okay, apart from that, this is the service model, and to back up this, we have an app which is by the name of Tally Assist. So basically, whatever accounting that you do in Tally software or in any other accounting software for that matter, so that particular Tally Assist mobile application gets integrated with your accounting software and gives you scalable, integrated, and condensed reports in every format that you need to have for a quick overview. So I'll hand over to Richa from here to explain you about Tally Assist mobile application. Richa, over to you.
Great, thanks, Ritika. So very quickly, our vision and motive here is to help small businesses become digital. And with COVID, I think that has become even more important. Overall, if we see the way digitization has happened, just spending 1% more of their income on online services, it can lead to a huge upside on the revenue. And so we want to see how that turns out in India as more and more SMEs become digital. Currently in India, there are only 33% SMBs that are using digital tool. This is after by a report from Google and KPMG. And so we at Restart thought what we can do to take the power of data, things like machine learning, things like artificial intelligence, and combine that with technology and apps that can be very easy to use for business owners and accountants, and use that to kind of help them improve the way they work right now. So as Ritika mentioned, we are going to run through 2 different products and 1 service. Two different products are actually based off Tally, the quintessential accounting app that every accountant and most business owners in India use right now. Tally currently have around 12 million users, and we have a very strong integration with Tally. Um, on an average, an accountant, a business spends around 3.5 lakhs per annum on accounting. And so we want to see how we can bring that cost down, but also enable both accountants and business owners in this process. And if we go by a simple unit economics calculation, we would probably have a recurring revenue of around 7.2 crores if we capture only 1% of the market in a year at around 6,000 rupees per user per annum. I can go more details into the calculation, but skipping right into what we have to offer. The first application we have is called Tally Assist. So the aim of this application is to bring your data from Tally and then show you most important indicators of your business right on your mobile phone. And on top of that, help you connect to your customers better. So the idea is to give a summary start of your business as well as connect to your customer using a simple mobile application. Now, how do we do that, and who is our ideal customer? So our ideal customer would be a business owner or even an accountant who's dealing with a lot of small business. We can connect to multiple companies in the same application, so you don't have to worry about downloading 10 different applications. So businesses which has decent amount of transactions and decent size of business, so somewhere between 10 to 100 crores of revenue. We believe that if you're over 100 crores, then you might want to invest in ERP, and if you're below 10 crores, then you don't have a large enough business to work with. Maintains Tally, struggles to manage customers, wants to grow beyond cities, and just knows how to operate a smartphone. So if we connect with Tally, you log on to mobile, you view your customer information, and from there on, you can see the results and the reports and can send alerts to your customers right from there itself. Now you see a screenshot of the application here. You can see a quick business summary of what is total sales like, how many vouchers you have, receipts like, how many vouchers you have, just on your fingertips. This is coming right away from your Tally. You don't have to do a lot to get to this, only 5 minutes integration. Then you can see we have used advanced analytics to then categorize your customers as debtors, creditors. If a customer has anything incoming, if you need to take money from a customer, then you have this green sign here. If you need to give money to a creditor, then you have this red sign here. You also know whether this account is active or inactive right on top of your application, and the application auto calculates for you. You can send this customer of yours estimates, invoices, payment reminders, payment links, and greetings under 30 seconds from your phone itself. We have competitors, we have in-house.
Last minute, please.
Oh, okay. So I'll jump on very quickly. So another product that we have is CA Audit Pro. Basically, it helps CAs run audits seamlessly. So what it does is basically it helps CAs get their data, review online, generate summaries for you, give you a samples that you can check automatically, and give you audit recommendations, and you can write generated branded reports for your customers. I'll skip this right away to go to business model, which is freemium and SaaS, just that to summarize the business model. And then finally, we have accounts at home that Ritika will quickly summarize in 30 seconds. And then we can move to the thank you slide.
Thank you, Richa. So as I explained, accounts at home is a concept of offering a personal accountant at the place of business, forever for any small trader or any small business who wants to have his weekly or monthly accounting done. He can just approach to us and we will give him a personal accountant. So I think this is one end-to-end approach, right from providing a personal accountant who will do all your entries into any particular accounting software, to offering a mobile application that you can have just a click away all your reports, all your notifications, and all the statuses in just a click away. So this end-to-end solution for a personal accountant and for a mobile application is a complete package of service that we aim to offer. The products that we are currently under the beta version as of now, but we have also started the branding and the promotion of accounts at home, because that requires more aggressive marketing, because we need to into the deeper market for that purpose. Right. So we have a team, but then on the front army, it's me, myself, Ritika Gupta, and Richa Verma, and these are the contact details. And you can also drop us a message on WhatsApp or email, and you can also fix up a time meeting on calendly.com if you have any queries or any kind of appointment for that.
Okay, well, that's the whole idea of the C initiative by NIRC ICAI, that you can reach out to these contact details in case you find synergies with the business model shared. CA Ritika Gupta, Richa Verma, thank you very much. Feedback from the enablers, please.
Thank you, Ritika and Richa. There is one major challenge which I see in this model, and that is that will the businesses be ready to share their confidential information, their confidential tally files with you for the purpose of having analytics? Because as you mentioned that your target market is probably the businesses that have a revenue of around 10 to 100 crores. And you stated that they would probably be spending somewhere around 5 lakhs per annum on their accounting. So that is not really a high enough cost. So will they be willing, and how do you plan to overcome this challenge of confidentiality and trust?
Sure. I'll answer that, Mr. Tushar. Do we have any other questions that we can take? And we'll just take it in one go.
Yeah, 30 seconds response quickly.
Any other questions from enablers?
No, we have limited time. Go ahead and answer this one.
Okay. So in terms of sharing data with us, we share it very securely. If people want to delete data right away from our servers, or from, they want to delete their account, it's a one-click, delete button that they can do. And so everything is wiped off. What we make sure is that there's no trace left. Because we come from corporates and government practices, we follow the highest level of security practices within Restart.
Okay, well, we'll have to leave it at that itself. Thank you very much once again, Ritika and Richa, for sharing your ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you.
All the best. And finally, the last presentation of business model for this evening, I'd like to invite CA Rohit Batra. Thank you so much, Rohit, for your patience. Can I request you to please share your presentation? CA Rohit Batra hails from the capital city of New Delhi, and his startup initiative is called Talentiro. Human resources, we all will agree, is so critical to the success of any business. How can Talentiro help us in human capital management, in performance review, reimagination? That is what Talentiro is all about. Over to CA Rohit Batra, please.
Thank you for a great welcome, Amit. A very good evening to all the panelists who are here in the meeting and all the members. Let me introduce you with Talentiro. Talentiro is a software as a service model, B2B platform, which is focusing on performance review and management in a smart and innovative way. With the first of its kind performance review tool, what we are doing, we are enabling the employee to carry forward a review and feedback of their performance in a virtual reference. I will quickly move on to the problems that we see in the industry. So yes, human capital cost is crucial for every business, and lack of system for allocation of work, tracking, updating tasks and assignment, and reviewing that takes a lot of time. And even though it is a performance review is invisible, but it is most important to manage with process and technology. Moving on, we believe review is reward, even if it is negative. That's why we are looking on for the output, and for figuring out whether the output of the people is correct or not. We need a real-time performance review system to actually analyze the performance of our team and to see where are the scope of improvements. Ensuring performance, we have to take care of the motivation of our team, and which is a very important and tough task when we are working from home remotely, or if our team are sitting at a client place, right? So here, need of digital infusion is required to take this motivation factor appropriately within the team. Along with this, we see that the performance is the crucial decision maker for everything, right? But at that time, industry are hiring, our organization is hiring, performance lags behind. We don't have any tool to find it out. Even we see in ICAI campus that most of the new members complain about the selection procedure, which is believed to be based on number of attempts and brand of the articleship firm that a new member is coming from. So here, finding an authenticated and transparent way is required that Talent Arrow is providing with its performance history feature, which we'll be taking further. If we talk about the product, yes, we are divided into certain modules. First one is performance review system, where we provide a very unique approach to give 360-degree review to your whole team in just clicks. So the USP that we carry over here is to provide you a predefined star-based rating system where you can review your employees in just clicks. And the main USP of us is carry forward of the review for an employee lifetime with the next employer, and further that will empower the employees to carry their badge. Along with this, the next thing that we have is advanced company review. In it, what we provide you to tackle the negative branding of the organization that is happening because of some social platforms that are there in the market on which anyone can come and give the review about the organization. No one is verifying whether the review is correct or not. Here we are providing you a complete authenticated review platform where you can take review from your team and the clients. Also, you can share it with the Talent Arrow Review API across the platforms and on your websites to maintain your self-image, to maintain the brand image. Along with this, we provide an employee engagement and recognition functionality. As I told you, keeping the team motivated is a difficult task, and we have to take care of it. Here, we provide you a virtual recognition and appreciation platform where you can recognize your team, you can motivate your team by informing the whole organization about the extra step an employee is taking on. Here you can provide rewards and gifts to the people. Also, Talent Arrow here plays a role by providing a third-party recognition, which we will be doing for every organization that is associated with the Talent Arrow as the performance of the year for all employees. Along with this, we provide certain office automation tools. As I told you that managing people, managing a team and getting the best performance is a difficult task. For that, we need a completely automated project and task assignment tool. Along with this, automated timesheet functionality where you can have the cost benefit analysis of all the projects that an organization is going with. Moving further, we provide add-on tools that are related to basic HR services that an organization might need. Being we are coming in HR background, we are coming in HR technology domain, we work on niche products, but as well as there are organizations which need a complete package for them. We are open to customize the basic HR tools, being it payroll, being it attendance and leave management and other compensation management as per the need of organization. Along with this, the core thing, for every input, we need an output to come so. So for providing output, we provide you customized reports, automative reports, comparative reports, so that you can see on just clicks that where our team is standing. If we talk about the markets, HR technology market globally is a $34 billion market. If we see the acquirable market in that domain is USA 6 billion. And under that, the market that we see that we can capture in upcoming years is 1% of SAM, that is $60 million. Initially at this stage, we are majorly focusing on Indian markets. In India, basically service sector, which graph is shown here right on the screen. As you can see, there are 80,000 firms apart from the professional firms that are here in India. And we are looking to capture only 20% of them. Out of this complete data, more than 80% firms are having an employee range of less than 1,000 people. So that sets best in the mood. If we say about the customer, okay, our customers are divided into 3 categories. One who don't have any system, those who have a PMS, and those who are using some kind of HRMS and PMS both. We have different strategies for all of them. I will quickly jump to our competitors. Our competitors are existing performance management system, existing background verification organization, and some of the existing tools that are providing performance functionality. Here is the competitive edge. We have a quick process, centralized review platform, and a couple of more that I will share you after this presentation. I will quickly jump on the business model that we run. we offer the services free to small organizations because we believe that these services looks a luxury to small organizations. And there is a theory that if it comes for free, even everyone will go for it. So for small organizations to tackling a situation, we provide them our services for free. Now coming on how our revenue will come, we work on a subscription model that is on per monthly marginal revenue that comes on per employee basis. Along with this, our revenue will come in future from the employee side and the employer side basis on the performance profile sharing functionality, as well as there will be one-time charges that nominal charges that organization needs to bear at the time of implementation. Here is the faces behind our startup, our core team. Cumulatively, we have 70 plus years of experience with our advisors on board, having rich experience in IT and HR domain. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, CA Rohit Batra. Enablers, please.
How do you differentiate from competitors like Dockable, who are almost providing the same story?
Yes, Dockable is a system that is providing a similar kind of services. It adds to a system to provide certain functionalities. But here, one of our USP comes in the picture. And yes, only one player cannot capture the whole market. And as I told you, the market is too huge. In our plans, we are analyzing the Switzerland and US markets that are with being our associates are situated there. So along with Indian markets, we are looking for Europe and US markets.
Okay, thank you very much, CA Rohit Batra. And we'd like to thank all the participants for great energy and great insights into their business models. We're almost on the verge of concluding this first effort of C, which is Startup Entrepreneurship Enabler. Let me come to the enablers now. Can I request each of the enablers to take 1 minute each and share an overview of the presentations that you've just witnessed?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, Amit. I'm really happy that we could have this program because honestly, such diverse pitches, I never thought that we could see coming from the CA community. I really like the idea of the aquaponics and hydroponics. I have personally visited DTU. DTU is doing a big time work on aquaponics in collaboration with Enactus. So maybe Aman can get in touch with them. I have already connected him to Indigram Labs, which is an incubator for agri-tech startups. Apart from that, I'm happy to see that a lot of innovation has come in the form of Tally Assist. I'm not sure how they will be able to solve problems for virtual CFOs like us, but I would love to see a demo from their side. And on EdTech also, we are doing a lot of research and extensive research on EdTech on online schooling. So I would, it's helpful for me to see there is someone from that background as well, because I have asked them to connect with me separately so that we can collaborate synergy. So all in all, I mean, the entire program was really, really good for me. And I have a lot of takeaways from here and definitely a lot of things to ponder upon. I mean, I have only been thinking that fintech startups can come from chartered accountants, but this is really diverse. I'm really happy to see what we saw today.
Thank you, CA Neetu Mohanka. CA Divam Sharma.
Yeah, the feelings are mutual. I feel that these young faces have really come up with some great ideas, and this is really interesting stuff. I expected less, to be pretty honest. One advice for guys like the gym aggregators is that we on a normal business scenario, we hear a lot about Neil Patel, who is a digital marketing expert. So what people these days are doing is they are creating free content. So what he does is he creates free content for his users who for doing digital marketing themselves. People come to him, uses his content, and then ends up giving him work for digital marketing. So creating content and giving them for free to the audience creates a reputation for you and creates a authority for you for the domain. So I feel that you should try to do a lot of data creation for yourself, and that would end up getting you a lot of more customers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CA Divam Sharma. CA Jitu Bairati, please.
I think it was fantastic to see the kind of businesses which has been touch based upon, right from the education startups to fintech startups to the health aggregator and to the social community. And I agree the kind of decks which was showcased, and one of the most interesting part was that each of the startup which was being showcased was at a different stage. One, it was at an idea stage, at the same time somewhat at a viable product stage. One thing which I would like to recommend, considering the current epidemic, there is a lot of business model which needs to be changed, especially in case of this community startup. And I think that needs to be factored in the presentation, because the world is not going to be same the way we are operating or we were operating 3 months back. So there would be lot of focus on the financial matrix as well, apart from only from the database or the users. So it is a very famous saying, like if the users which we are giving them is free, effectively somebody is paying for their database. So which is not going to be the case going forward. And there has to be some light to the profitability, and considering the consumer behavior change in the current scenario needs to be definitely factored in the presentations.
Thank you very much. CA Karan Malhotra, please.
Yeah. So I like the many of the startups. Primarily, I want to define a one-liner feedback for each of them. So for Amanjot, my advice is to build a proof of concept and to work on the distribution as well. Projection seems bit high, bit optimistic to me. Do work on preparing creating a detailed business model that would substantiate you in front of investors. For SSO like Jaya, focus on building tech and the marketing strategy. Works on business economics that will lead to your lead generation cost would always be lower than the commission income that you earn. For Dropo, my advice is to just work on the logistics cost, because I have myself seen many failures in these kind of businesses just because of the heavy logistic cost. For education, the idea would be to build an aggregator model as soon as they can and create an entry barrier actually. I can myself connect them to many edtech companies actually. Skillbox, the idea is great. Work on how the labor will come your platform, as many of them might not be having these smartphones with them actually. Film Social, I really like the startup idea, can be scalable and raise money. I can help them to connect them to many of the investors if they want. TeleAssist, actually, it looks overall great. I think you have to see how you can compete with a tool like Zoho, which actually gives very good business dynamics. And the last, Rohit Batra, talent, I think your target should be MSME for me actually, because corporate may have a big HRMS tool, and that may avoid getting shifting from that HRMS to a platform which only provide a review. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Karan. That's wonderful feedback on each of the business models shared today. CA Sambhav Mehrotra, please.
Yeah, time and again, I think we've broken this myth of.
Please unmute, Sambhav.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying, time and again, we've proven that broken that myth of chartered accountants are not leading. We've again seen an example today of how the variety of startups have pitched in, and none of those ideas, I would say, are something which cannot be grown, because ultimately, I think it's not just about the idea. It leads to implementation. So just as a common feedback for all, again, I would like to emphasize on just two things. One, your idea will need a strong team. So the topmost priority I had seen in failures is somewhere the team getting derailed or not having the right human resource as a composition with you. So focus on your team when you're looking at the long-term scenario. And the second is always look at the unit economics and the financial viability of the idea, because until unless the proof of concept is done and that is established, whatever time you invest in it, you are taking a risk which is uncalculated. So please focus on unit economics, profitability, and look at a short-term, long-term story, and have your models, have your That's where I would like to finish. And one last point I wanted to add, which I am also a big fan of, is collaboration. Yes, we don't look at competition, we look at them collaborators, but it is essential for us to exist. So at some point of time, do have competition in mind, who is in front of you, at what stage they are playing, because you will ultimately collaborate with them if you reach that stage. So just don't compromise on that thought process as well. Thank you, NIRC, again for having this.
Absolutely. And this platform from NIRC is also a collaborative effort. Finally, CA Tushar Arya, please.
Undoubtedly, I was also really surprised to see the diversity in the ideas that have been brought in by the chartered accountants. It's not just education, it's not just finance, it's almost relating to quite a lot of fields. A common feedback that I would have for the people presenting. Firstly, the investors in the initial stages of an idea don't really invest money on the idea, but the team. It is really important that the team that you have is contributing a lot of value and you have the required technical resources, the skill set that is required to execute the idea. Secondly, it might seem that you want to cater to a large audience. You might want to cater to probably 1 million people or 10 million people. But we have very limited resources when we are starting a business. So it's important that you very crisply figure out what is your target market, what are the exact demographics. This helps you bring out the right set of product features, and it also helps you formulate a marketing strategy in those limited resources. Thirdly, as Sambhav also said, it's important that you have a cost sheet, you have a revenue sheet, you do a sensitivity analysis, you analyze what is your revenue per user and how are you scaling your users in a phased out plan, probably a 6 months plan, a 2-year plan, and a 5-year plan. This helps you get an understanding of what exactly are you aiming for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tushar. And before I go to the chairman NIRC, can I request Tushar to please flash that slide that has the number, Startup India number. Not only we have our enablers, the Government of India is also an enabler. If you've got any queries on the startup ecosystem, this is the number you could dial, 1800115565, 1800115565. ये टोल फ्री नंबर है, हेल्पलाइन नंबर है, स्टार्टअप इंडिया से जुड़े कोई भी सवाल आप पूछिए. Let's go across to Chairman NIRC of ICI. Congratulations on this initiative of CA Shashank Agarwal. I see a lot of comments on social media and they're asking one question. We enjoyed this. What are the next steps?
First of all, I like to thanks to Amit Arora ji, our moderator, our mentor for the whole entrepreneurship ideas I always take from Amit Arora. And to all my panelists, to all my viewers, to all my attendees, and to all the presenters. And I must appreciate the presenters first, that with taking you can say that taking the flag in your hands, you are taking this model now for a success. And we definitely look forward for every initiative from NIRC ICAI towards it. And I'll just write it down few things for all of your knowledge, because it's very important right now. First of all, because of the great response, I must say that we have organized one program on 1st May 2020, so that before the COVID-19 lockdown opens up, we are trying to build up another opportunity for all the chartered accountants and CA students to share your ideas, to share your executed ideas with us. Because एक चीज मैं आप सबके बीच में जरूर शेयर करना चाहूँगा, हमेशा से स्टार्टअप्स का सपना मेरा भी रहा. We always done the many startups. यहाँ पे जितने पैनलिस्ट थे सबने कुछ ना कुछ स्टार्टअप्स करे. अमित अरोड़ा जी, again a great man who's doing so much work in the दूरदर्शन, because उनका पैशन था हमेशा एक जॉकी बनने का, अपने दूरदर्शन में बोलने का. तो he has achieved it. And बहुत ही प्यारे स्पीकर आपके बीच में अमित अरोड़ा जी हैं, जिन्होंने आज बहुत खूबसूरती से चीजें मैनेज करी.